Hello there. This wasn't planned, but I figured why not. A Wife's Nightmare. One in a long list of Lifetime movies that have the word nightmare in it, obviously. Apparently, after I finished this, their suggestions on Tubi, like every single one of them had nightmare in the name. Like a mother's nightmare, a sister's nightmare, a daughter's nightmare. I'm like, seriously? Now, this wouldn't be a type of movie I would talk about or even watch, but sometimes you see something pop up on Instagram and you go, huh, that looks interesting, and you want to check it out. I wasn't planning on reviewing this. I just wanted to watch it. But the more I got done, I went on to get my laundry, and the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, I feel like I need to talk to about this movie because this is so Lifetime. I think it's a Lifetime movie. I think. It feels like it. See, growing up, my mom used to watch a lot of the Lifetime movies. My mom and my grandma used to watch those. Lifetime, the network for women, or whatever it was called. Even though there was a women's entertainment network, we had that too, but Lifetime was for them too. She was watching a lot of those. This seems very much like something my mom would watch on that channel back in the day. It's come out in 2014, and the story is that there's this family who had recently went through a tragedy when a young woman shows up claiming to be the daughter of the father of the family, the husband. And it becomes sort of, I want to say, a psychological thriller of sorts, where the wife starts to think that something is going on and everyone else is feeling like she's losing her mind again. Yeah. So it actually starts pretty, you think, oh, we're gonna get to know these people. No, it starts with the young woman who's 19. She's in her car. She's getting up the urge to do this, but the way they frame this, her doing this, makes you really suspect. Like, the clip I saw was from the climax of the film, so I already knew something was up. But even if you didn't know, the way she's acting, it's nervous. The issue I had with this is that I think you're supposed to think, it's supposed to be framed in a way you're supposed to think one thing is happening, but it's this other way. Like, it's happening one way, but it's actually the other way. Like, I don't know. It's supposed to be very framed in a way where you think that this young woman is weaseling her way into the family, manipulating the mom and having the affair with the dad, and she's working in there. When it's different than what you expect. I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it. When it's the dad who is doing all this manipulation, like there's stuff where she goes downstairs and she catches the young woman, the girl. She said, "Oh, I had to get a glass of water," and then her computer's open, and then her files for her big thing she was doing is gone. And then later she's running a test run. She thinks it's not going to work. It does. But then when she goes to actually do the presentation, it's gone, and she blames the supposed daughter. Now, I thought it was interesting how they gave away something halfway through this movie, where at one point she's like, "Oh, I got a job at this record store or whatever," but then at one point, like, she's in there with the brother, and they're talking, and then the next time we see her in there, her coworker's like, "Why did he say it was your first day of work?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, now we do know something's going on." It's like they try to put little hints of stuff, but it's like, you're doing too much. There's also, I don't know. The affair isn't revealed towards the end, which makes sense because once that's revealed, it's kind of over. But, and I mean, once it's revealed to the wife, we don't even get real hints of that. The wife is suggesting that that's what's going on, but everyone keeps telling her, no, The problem with this whole thing is that there's an incident that happened entirely off screen where she was in a mental health facility. She had a nervous breakdown, and now everyone thinks that she's going to go back into that. She can't handle the stress of everything. The problem is, you can't latch onto something you didn't experience. So them just saying, "Oh, you had this mental breakdown last year. Oh, this happened, that happened. I'll take your word for it. We didn't see it. We see her going through stuff throughout the film. But it it's almost like you would expect them to show a flashback to what happened, right? Like maybe she's talking to the daughter and say, "Well, what happened?" And she kind of talks about it. And we go flashback to stuff. No, we don't get any of that. We're just told that this has happened. We don't see it. The show don't tell movie. Show don't tell. Right? It also feels like there's a flip of a coin and something happens. Like there's a hint at something during a dinner scene where she spills her drink and he's like wiping her down and mom's like, that was sensual. That wasn't like your patent, that was sensual. And I'm like, okay, but how are you supposed to pat down someone's chest when they spilled? Like, are you just supposed to go? Because that's like, I mean, for a dude, that'd be, here, hey, bro, let me get that. But like, for a woman, you have to be sensitive because those are sensitive. They're not like ours. You can go like this. Women's are sensitive. You can't just do that. You know, you have to be a little tentative. So it's kind of questionable. But then, on a dime, it's just like, I don't know. The writing in this was not the best. It's a Lifetime movie, so you're not going to have the best writing to begin with. But like, it's all played for, like, she's kind of losing it. Like, she's just thinking, she's like, we see this girl helping out the brother, getting a date with Catherine McNamara and all that stuff. Like, she's being a good friend or sister to this kid, right? That's another thing. The son. Little prick. Okay, I understand that something happened, but again, we didn't see what happened. We didn't see how it affected him when it happened. We didn't see the incident. So he comes off as this fucking little brat teenager who has like a teenage angst thing going on. But he comes off as like just this annoying, one of those annoying teenagers that just hate their parents. But only towards the mom because she had a nervous breakdown. And the gall on this fucking kid to hate his mom for having a mental breakdown. It's a mental health issue. And he's hating her for this? Why? It's part of the story so that at the end, when everything comes full circle and he loves his mom again, it's storytelling. But it's bad storytelling. But like I said, it really kind of flips on a dime here because they have this family cookout. It's the dad's birthday, and he introduces the daughter to his friend's oldest son. Right? So you think, oh, this, he wants to kind of, introduce them, court them, if you will. But then he sees them flirting, gets pissed, and goes off on the kid. Well, he's like 19 or something, and I'm like, but you introduced them. Yes, you probably already know he's having an affair, but this is where the dime flips and everything just goes a different way. Like at one point, he shows up at the record store with her and just makes out with her right there in the record store, and I'm like, what? And this leads to the climax where everybody goes home at the same time, conveniently. The song gets suspended for punching the younger brother of the kid that the dad went off on, which is his best friend. And by the end of the movie, they're just fine. Maybe, oh, I'm sorry, my dad was manipulating everything. I don't know. And then the mom starts to investigate the daughter and starts to realize that the test that came back positive was a fake, and that the woman she was talking to wasn't real. Was real, but it wasn't the girl. I don't know. Is it her mom or is it she's in prison? So like, I think that is her mom because at one point she says, "I wish I had a mom like you." And this is where you really get the feel that something's not right. Like you're going into suspecting, oh, she's a husband stealing cheater type thing, but then you find out this is all orchestrated by the husband because during the time his wife was having a fucking mental health issue, he didn't get enough attention. So he hooked up with this 19-year-old girl he met at a fucking record store. And what's more, is this final climax, in more than one way, this just sort of is disjointed because you have this girl who at one point says, I'm not comfortable here anymore, I don't want to do this, I'm going to leave. And he says, no, don't leave. And she's even nervous when they're in the place. And then they go home and start fucking. And I'm like, what? Like, it just doesn't. And then after this, you're supposed to feel sorry for her when she tries to apologize to the wife. Like, she's like, get the fuck out of here, or get the hell out of here. It's a TV movie, so. But like, yeah, and so like, the son, the dad and the girl get home and they go upstairs, and then you see the son arrive home, and he comes up, he goes to go to his room, and he hears moaning, and you see the TV sex scene where you can have the girl sitting up on the bed with her bare back to the screen, but you can't say anything, right? That's very much a TV sex scene. You hear the moaning, and he freaks out, and just, wouldn't you know it, the mom comes home about the same time, and everything happens, and the dad tries to put the hand on the mom, and the son finally gets some balls and defends his mom, and like, there's a weird edit where he's going to punch him, and then it cuts to him going to punch, and he punches the concrete, and I'm just like, I'm guessing the dad moved his head out of the way, but it just looks, with the weird edit, it looks like he just punched the concrete, and everybody here is around is watching it, and the dad again tries to gaslight people, and they're just like, no, we saw everything, you're not, no. He's like, fine, I'll be able to get my stuff, and he's like, come on, girl I was cheating with, and she's like, no, even she's done, and yeah, I guess she would also be sort of a victim in this whole thing, but she's not completely innocent either. She was manipulated by him too, but she's not completely innocent. And I guess we're supposed to believe it was the husband manipulating everything, messing with the computer, or was he making her do it? I don't know. It just, I don't know. This is one of those, like I said, I wasn't planning on reviewing this, but I had to talk about this. The more I thought about it, the more I needed to talk about it, because it's one of those, and the acting in this, it's not terrible, but it's definitely Lifetime movie acting. Like, so much of the dad, when he gets angry, is, when he gets that, it's Dylan Neal, who I've seen in better stuff, right? But he just like, at one point, when he gets angry, and they're like, the way they yell, it's that hammy TV movie acting, right? You cannot do this! You cannot go back to this again. Do you know what happened last time? Just the way maybe he doesn't say it like that, but he just, corny TV movie yelling, you know? That you have, you know. What do you expect from these? I'll give it a middle of the road. I didn't expect much from it, so I'm not disappointed. And I don't know, I just had to talk about this movie. I don't know why. I wanted to throw something on, and I saw it was on Tubi. I'm like, hey, that's that thing I saw on Instagram. Let's put it on. And I started watching, like, oh, this is a Lifetime bullshit movie, right? I right away you get that feel, the cinematography and everything. I'm like, this is one of those Lifetime movies. And once I saw the other titles, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a very generic Lifetime movie title. A wife's nightmare, and there's a daughter's nightmare, a mom's nightmare. There's probably a sister's nightmare somewhere too. I don't know. You know. I don't know. It's not as weird of a title as Stalked by My Doctor. Is that, am I reading that right? It's something else that I saw with Eric Roberts as this doctor who's obsessed with one of his patients or some shit. It's a Lifetime movie, so it's not going to get, I don't know. I'm not interested, but I like Eric Roberts. But yeah, it's a middle of the road for me. I just need to talk about this movie. It's cheesy. It's Lifetime. I'll be surprised if this isn't a Lifetime movie, but actually, hold on. I can actually check it out, man. Apps. This thing. My internet browser. Yeah, go. Google. Google. Because it's not on Wikipedia. I had to Google it. Google.com. Type. A wife's nightmare. TV movie IMDb. A daughter's nightmare. Where can you watch TV movie 2014? I don't see where it says. Let's go to images. Wife's nightmare. Looking for like a logo or something. This one has little credits in it. What does it say? Jennifer Beals. I forgot about that. She's the mom. And again, in this photo, it's framing Caitlyn, the daughter, quote unquote, like she has something to do, like she's sinister. They knew what they were doing, trying to top cast, production, boss office, and more. I'm not, what? No. Can I get out of this, please? No. What did I do? I don't want to. No, I'm not. No. Try Andy Pro Premium for free. Can I get out of this? Yeah, I'm certain. Can I? How do I get out of this? I want to go back. No, I have to go out and go back in. I don't know. What are they? This is not blank page. Google. That can. Okay. A wife's nightmare. All right. TV movie. USA. Prime Video. I'm gonna just type in network. Nightmare. Okay. This is another Lifetime-esque. Actually, this was actually on TV. Hold on. I watched it with my wife on vacation in Puerto Rico and he died life. Lifetime-esque. Was it not a Lifetime movie? So bad. Oh, bad movies. I didn't think it was terrible, but it wasn't, you know. Let's put channel maybe? Sorry if I'm so close to the screen. I'm trying to. I don't know. Wife's Nightmare. YouTube? What is the YouTube channel that it is on them? Hold on. I have the sound on. I don't want to start playing. I realize it could take me to the fucking. There's an error license in this video. Okay. Can I get the channel or what? I wish the Roku channel. Hold on. Let's ask Google a question, shall we? Which channel did air on? I can't. And Videocom reviews, movie forums on the W Network, which is a channel for women. Was it? It's a Lifetime flick that aired on the W Network. Okay, so it's Lifetime or W, is that when the We Network? I don't know what the W Network is. I know We Network, but I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know what that last part of this video was, but yeah, it's the middle of the road. I'll say that one more time. What are your thoughts on A Wife's Nightmare? Have you seen this thing? Let me know in the comments. Let me share, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.